Coaster on a Tuesday. What is going on and what is happening? Since this episode is supposed to actually be Parkitect, but we are in Golden Gulch for the 8th episode. So, welcome everybody to this episode. Hopefully, you guys will stick with me. This is going to be a really quite short, it's going to be about half of what a normal episode would be. Since a normal episode is about 20 minutes or so, this one's only about 12 minutes of time lapse, and at the end, we will be doing a POV of this ride which we have started in the previous episode. So, what we're doing, we are actually going to be finishing the scenery for our shooting ride that we started last episode. So, if you guys haven't checked out that episode and you don't know what's happening, I would recommend doing so. It would make a lot more sense, and you would get to see the process of building the building that we're actually extending on right now. And it'll make a lot more sense of what we're doing. But as I said, we're going to be creating some scenery for this, and we're going to be finishing this right off in this episode. And at the end, we're going to be doing a POV, and it's not going to be the official cinematics or POV and stuff. I will still be doing a video for that, revealing the names. And by the way, I do not have a name for this or this ride yet. So make sure you guys can still suggest names in the comments. So make sure to do so in that. But anyway, back to what I was saying at the beginning of the episode, we are not doing Parkitect today. Today would have been Adventure Island in Parkitect, but I decided to finish off this project, and I really was into the groove in this project. I really like how it was going, and it was only or it really didn't take that long to do this. And you'll see that it'll go by really quick. We're actually going to be doing a lot of details. It's just going to be going by really, really fast. So, I also decided to do this video today since I'm going to be going on a trip throughout the next week and a half ish. So hopefully you guys will be able to watch this, and we're going to finish this project out. And then when I'm done, I promise Parkitect will come back. It is not going. For those who like that, I am sorry that you guys are missing an episode this week, but I really wanted to get this project done before I left. Hopefully you guys understand that. And what we're doing now is we're going to be making this little indoor room, just kind of catching up with the video here, where it's going to be kind of like a storage room almost, with some supply, like gun supplies almost, like bullets and stuff. And then we'll be adding on to that later on. But back to what I was saying, I'm kind of jumping around a little bit. We are going to be going on a trip, and I'm not going to have a lot of time to record, so this is going to be the last episode and video on the channel for about a week, and then I will be coming back, and I will have a bunch of videos for you guys, including some more Golden Gulch, and I promise Parkitect. So Parkitect is not gone for those who do like that. And then we will be doing some more of this, and actually with Golden Gulch, little update with that, we have the cinematic and POV video for that, for this ride, and then we're gonna have the final episode of the first section. And as I said in one of the beginning episodes of the series, we're gonna have around 4 sections to this park, and this is the only first one, which is gonna be the Western Village. So one more episode after this one of the Western Village, and we are done with the first section. 9 episodes it will be in total, almost 10, which is about the amount we had in the Boardwalk Park. But that is really nice what we got going on there. I think it's going to turn out amazing. So back to what we are doing in the video now. We have placing down these netting type stuff that I got off the Theme Maker's Toolkit. And I got this off of Cbism's page. These really do look amazing. They really fit in almost anywhere. If you need kind of a wall, but you want it to be kind of transparent, you can use these, and you can also use them for like roller coasters, since a lot of roller coasters that go over paths have netting on them so that they can catch loose articles and stuff that are falling and that nobody gets injured. So we're placing this around just to kind of give it a wall. I didn't want to put too much foliage around, which I might have gone a little bit overboard later on, but I just wanted this to kind of give it a little bit of a wall, and we put it in a red so it's a little bit noticeable. And then we are going to be doing some more scenery. So this little section over here is going to be more of like the mining equipment It's more of the explosive type stuff, so you could find grenades, dynamites, TNT, all of that kind of stuff over here in this section of the building. And it is off to the side because we don't want people being able to have direct access to this. This is more of an exclusive access where you would be brought back with the manager or something. So that is just a little bit of theming around there. There's going to be a bunch of targets around here as well. And then that is going to be it for this side. And we're going to move on to the big side, which is going to have 2 scenes. So overall, we're going to have 4 scenes. This one, we have the indoor scene, and then we're going to have 2 more scenes that we'll make in a couple of minutes. And then what we're going to do on those 2 scenes, actually, the first one is going to be the kind of entrance area. Well, actually, it's actually 3 scenes if you think about it. The entrance area, where it kind of gives you a tutorial like shoot to target, a lot of shooting rides do have. And then we're gonna have the kind of turnaround section, which is gonna be a little scene of like cargo storage and all that, where there a bunch of supplies is that their extra stuff is. And then coming into the building, that straight stretch, that is gonna be the actual range. So that is gonna have a bunch of targets, a bunch of different links, and then some foliage going around there. So that's kind of just a quick rundown of what is going to be happening throughout the rest of this episode. And then I also had to fiddle with these turning table things a lot, and that actually gave me a little bit of a struggle here. So you can see that I did a little bit of terrain painting during that cut, but nothing too crazy. And then what we got going on here, we're going to be making another wall on the side to kind of give it this little scene. As I said, it's going to be its own scene. It's not going to be part of something bigger, and it'll really divide the area so that I can put more in. So you can see that I put this sign in that says shoot the target. And a lot of dark rides that are like interactive shooting rides do have this so that people know what they're doing during the ride. So I have a target and then I have a little gun, and I think this area kind of turns out really nice. And there's also going to be a lot of foliage going around throughout the whole ride just to kind of spruce up the area, make it look a little bit less boring, I would say. But really, that's going to be it for this entrance area. We'll come back to it with more foliage later. Really, I'm just trying to lay out everything that I want. So, really, the more detailed and scenery stuff, and then the planting and stuff will come later on when I can fit it in between everything else. So, that is basically the first scene is going to be done there. And then we're actually going to move on to our third scene. So, this scene, I wanted it to be more of like a triangle pattern, and then having different sized targets, different folding targets, and then at different lengths as well. So I do believe that this really looks nice. So I have like a large folding target, and then a bunch of medium ones, and then 2 small ones. And then I'm going to put a bunch of planting around all that, and we're going to do that right now. Just trying to cover up the little metal stuff so that it doesn't really ruin the immersion of the ride. I didn't want to go too overboard, and I might have gone a little bit overboard. I don't know, for a Western park or desert almost, but it is a lot of green for a barren area, so I might have to go back and take away a little bit of it. As I said, this is not the final product. I will do a little bit of tweaking, and it still needs a name, and then I will release the final video for that. And then after that, we will be getting into the last episode, which is supposedly kind of air quoting this. I believe it's going to be a bridge, just a little bit of foreseeing there, a little bridge area, bringing it into the next areas of the park. But now we are basically done with that section, and we are almost done with this video. Actually, we're nearing the end. We got one more scene to do, and then some sprucing up of the whole area, and that is going to be this little turnaround section. This turnaround section is going to be more of the cargo area. It's going to be boxes on boxes on boxes, and then there's going to be a bunch of targets anywhere. And I'm actually going to start something which I wish I would have done earlier so I don't have to go back and do it. But I'm actually going to I'm going to go into the animatronics and put a little bit of triggered devices. And I wish with this ride you could have it to where people shoot the target and then a triggered device goes off. I don't know if it actually can work. I've tried, or I looked at it at least, and I couldn't get it to get work. So if you guys know anything about that, let me know if you can do that. But I did try. I don't think you can. So I just decided to put it on a triggered right when the target actually was allowed to go off. And for some reason, it actually makes it light up and not light up. So Oh, that is just a little bit, and you can see I'm actually fiddling around with the animatronics now, and I found this little cargo pallet, and that really does kind of fit with this area a little bit. So that is what's going to be going in here, and then we're going to put in a couple more animatronics throughout the whole building as a whole. That is going to include one in the dynamite area, which is going to be that exploding barrel. I really kind of find that funny. It's more of a piratey thing, but I figured it would fit into a dynamite area. And then back to some more rock work and planting. So I didn't really want it to be all desert and stuff. I kind of liked it being more of a rock area, and it looks a lot better, I would say, having it more rock. So this is going to be a good amount of scenery. The whole building, I believe, as a whole, is going to be like 600 pieces, which isn't crazy. I mean, there are a bunch of buildings that are over thousands of pieces and stuff, but it's pretty big. I wouldn't say it's small, but that's what we got going on here. And then we are going to be doing some more foliage basically throughout the rest of this. And we're actually going to be tuning up some of the ride. I will skip a bunch of the triggering stuff since that is kind of boring trying to trigger it at the right time. And then I will do a little POV which is going to be coming on in about 1 minute. So that is pretty much it for this episode. We're going to be doing just a little bit of foliage everywhere else as I said. And in the next episode it will either be the cinematic and POV of this episode or of this ride, or it will actually be the final episode of the Western Village section. So remember that won't be for another like a week and a half ish. Sorry, it will be a little while. I am going on a trip, so hopefully you guys do understand that, and hopefully you guys are excited for what is going to be coming out because I got a couple of videos that I think you guys might like, which should be coming out after the week is over. So that is going to be doing it for this episode. I will leave you guys with the POV, and thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Hopefully you guys understand the situation I'm going through. No Architect, sadly, but I will be bringing it back soon. That is going to be it for this episode, just a little bit more foliage, and we are done. So thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure to have an amazing